let's get it all started by welcoming you on our show, Sports Talk on the Success Table, and get it all started with how did you get involved with football as a kid, Mr.
Wow.
Taylor?
I actually I was forced to play football back in when I was probably about 7, back in those days. I'll tell them my age, but yeah, we were like a family or should I say neighborhood where we'd go outside and that's where everybody was outside playing basketball, football, and so mom wouldn't let us stay in the house, so she would kick us out. So why not join the neighbors? So we just ran around, did a lot. I learned the game of football, having fun playing football, tackling each other. We used to play that thing called Smear the Queer, whoever got the ball, tackle them. And it just turned fun. And then from there, I just developed a like for the game. And that's how it all started in the Pop Warner onto, high school.
Definitely. When was the moment in time that you said, dang, I think I can go on to bigger and better things like the NFL?
Well, I do have to tell the story. When I got to my junior year, I love football. I was a starting quarterback on the varsity level. It was just something to do, and plus it was all my friends was doing it, and it was fun. But I didn't want to play. I really didn't want to play football all the way through my junior year. Then my senior year, I continued on because of the peer pressure, and and I turned out to be pretty good, thank God. But I think it was like maybe mid-season of my senior year where it's like, okay, I can, scouts start, illegally, I should say, but no, the scouts start, just lurking and the interest was there. So I just started liking it. I said, okay, well, this probably be the way out of the neighborhood and, on to some bigger and better things.
Definitely. So up to that point in your journey in sports, who were some of your role models?
Oh, well, during my younger age, Roger Staubach was my quarterback. I love Roger Staubach. I used to emulate him all the time as I was growing up. And Drew Pearson, the receiver, just followed them in the football realm. And of course, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, all those guys, they inspired me, So, but the Roger Staubach was one of the main, the catalyst to why I played quarterback and, I try to emulate him a lot. So, yeah.
Yeah, and learning those traits of being a quarterback, going on to the NFL, you know the signals and everything.
Yeah. It was interesting. As I got a scholarship to Washington State, I guess you'll probably get there, but I didn't. Even then, just that first meeting, that first sitting in with the quarterbacks on that level, it threw me off. Like in high school, you just say 4 numbers go, 3 numbers go, and let's go break, let's go run the play, but that college level, you have to like treat it like a class. It was literally like terminology, and you have to remember all that stuff. And I found out you have to know what the other 11 guys on the other side are doing. So I changed over to cornerback, and then I went from there to receiver, and here I am.
I hear you, man. I hear you. So let's scroll a little bit forward, man. 1992, the touchdown from Brett Favre, his very first career comeback. What was the play in the huddle, man, for that score?
That play was because we had a score was what's called an all go. We just called it all go. 2 jet or go. Everybody go deep, and Brett choose whoever you want to throw to. And I know when I was in that was my first play in that game. And it's something in when I was in a huddle, it was weird because I had a feeling that they're going to throw me. He would have to throw me the ball because, who am I? I'm on the sideline all game, Sterling Kurt. You come on the field, they're not going to think he's going to throw to the guy who haven't played all game. And I just was in that huddle with just my stomach with butterflies. I just felt it, and then I would go line up, and I see the coverage, and I said, "Oh crap! I knew it's coming." So I had to be ready, and Lord and behold, I'm running down the sideline free. And I said, this ball is probably going to come to me because the safety stayed over, in the middle of the field, closer to the middle of the field because they were worried about our good tight end. And it opened up, and it was a great feeling. Here comes the ball. So I catch it, and there you go.
Heck yeah, man. For those cheeseheads. Yeah.
Yeah, right, right. That part, right? The teeth. Yes.
So,
Yeah.
little bit forward in your football journey, life after football, the trials and tribulations that come along with the process itself.
Wow.
How have you applied those things to your personal life?
Well, it took so long, even when I came to grips like football's over, I mean, it's like, you used to have a schedule and it was football. You wake up, you go to meetings, you go to field practice, then you go games. And, that was in my head for so many years. But then when it ended and I had to give the game up, I had to adjust. Like I couldn't understand. I tried to even come back after 95 when I retired. I couldn't understand the real world. I couldn't understand the getting up at 9 o'clock to work a regular job, or I couldn't understand that. And when I say understand, it was like it was all foreign to me. So I struggled in that. So I kept on trying to hold on to football. So I went back and tried out with a few teams, and even after a year, I retired. And didn't work because my age wouldn't permit it. But it was hard. But I eventually adjusted, and I went into the coaching realm. I just pretty much settled my mind. Okay, you're a coach now. Give what you know back to these young men, and that's what I did.
Yes, sir. So, you having a quarterback background, which quarterback would you build your team around? Brett Favre or Mr. Aaron Rodgers? I have a preference too. After you get
I knew that
done.
was coming. I knew that was coming. Because I know Brett, I would say Brett. That's just only because I know him. I know Aaron's a good guy, great quarterback. And I see what he's doing as I'm watching the game. He's just a genius at what he makes everything look so easy. I say Brett because I was around him. I watched him in practices. I watched him, I listened to him in the huddle. Just positive, just no matter what it looked like. Let's go, we got this. And when you make a mistake, he pats you on the back, say, hey, get it next time, don't worry about it. And he's a winner, he's a gamer. Not saying Aaron's not, of course, obviously that's why we're gonna win the Super Bowl this year. But I'm saying Brett Favre is just a great. Yeah, I have to throw that in there. Look, all the fans are gonna get mad if it doesn't happen, but it's gonna happen. But yeah, I would say Brett right now, only because I knew him and I played with him.
Definitely. Hey, I'm a Brett fan. I like Brett.
Okay,
His Southern mentality is where I'm at. I'm a Southern boy
right.
too, so.
So there you go.
Yeah,
so yeah, you're right. You're right at home. Right at home. Right at home. I love it. Yes, definitely.
So,
yes.
The outlook that you just mentioned, you think the Packers are literally gonna go to the Super Bowl?
I never go on record stating anything like that as long as I have been, out of football. But I'm going to go on the record today, and by the way, I know San Diego Chargers is like my team too, but we're gonna move on. But yeah, I'm gonna go on record and say that I believe the Packers are gonna, probably pull it out this year. It's just they're hitting on all cylinders, and they know how to peak, and the peaking, which you have to look at, is like how they peak and pretty much what they've been doing. But I just hope that lag off game break, I guess I should say, week off. I don't know if that's going to hurt them and help them, but they're professionals. They'll be good. So Packers all the way, Super Bowl.
I think the Rams might do a little bit. Tampa, you can't put it past Tom Brady.
You know what? I don't. Every time I just think about that, I'm like, but Tom Brady's there. That guy just figures it out. But I don't think it's gonna be a Tom Brady year this year. I mean, he's great. He's doing great things. But Packers.
So who are they gonna play? Who's the AFC champion?
I couldn't go there with that one. Too many switches on that. I don't know. I don't want to predict anything on that level, but I just know Packers are going to pull it out.
I hear you, man.
Yeah.